background of Bhagavad Gita. So it is from Mahabharata, and we came up to the first verse. It has 700 verses and 18 chapters. Each chapter covers a particular topic. So this is happened to be Sankhya. Sankhya. So here also the word Sankhya. Here Sankhya means knowledge, discrimination. So there is one Sankhya philosophy also, which we are going to see. So there it is also knowledge, but because it talks about 24 plus 1, 24 elements. It talks about principles. So in that sense also the word Sankhya is used. Sankhya. So here it is discriminative knowledge. What is real and what is unreal? That is being discussed. So the teaching between Lord Krishna as a teacher and Arjuna as a student. And the situation is war field. The war happens between two parties of the same family, and they all come together. That is the first chapter. First chapter talks about all this war situation. So both the side soldiers are waiting to fight. They have come together in the war field. It's called Kurukshetra near Delhi. You know, that's India's capital. We have a place called Kurukshetra. So they say that it was a huge field. So they all come together there to fight. And here Lord Krishna happens to be a driver. There's a chariot, right? Every king will have chariot like a car. So there is a story that Lord Krishna is also a king, okay? And he has his own soldiers, all the power. So Krishna happened to be the relative, uncle of both the parties. So the time comes whom Krishna will support. Then early morning, Arjuna and Duryodhana, from the other party, Duryodhana. Okay. So here Duryodhana party is considered as a wrong-sided party. They are not good people because they always try to follow adharma. Adharma means against values, ethics, etc. And these five, the Arjuna and his brothers, four, they always followed a path of dharma, that is value-based life. They always try to follow. So the very early morning, Arjuna and Duryodhana, they go to Krishna, you know, to seek his support. And it is said as they both went, the Duryodhana had so much interest to get his soldiers, his army power. So very quickly he just goes and sits next to his head. You know, Krishna is sleeping early morning, and he just goes to the head. He thought as he opens his eyes, Krishna will be seeing only Duryodhana first, and he will ask him what you want, you know. So he thought, I will ask his army. And Arjuna was quietly sitting very close to his feet. So as he opened his eyes, Krishna was lying down. Generally what happens, you know, when you open your eyes, you look in front next to the feet, and he sees Arjuna first. As he opened his eyes, he saw Arjuna is sitting next to his feet. So he will ask him first, what you want? What do you want from me? So Duryodhana was very insecure. He was worried that Arjuna maybe will ask army, because he had a very big army. Krishna had a huge army. It's called Narayani Sena. Every army has a name, you know, like Black Cats. In India, we have Black Cat Commando. So like that. I think in America, FBI or something. Yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, so many names coming to my mind. Israel, Mossad, something is there. Yeah. So these are the special armies. So then Arjuna did not ask for army. He just asked for Krishna only. He said, I want you. I don't want yours. Means I don't want anything else than you. I want you alone. So this is also a symbolic that God is with you. You know, when you follow ethics and values, you will go for a right choice. That time, Duryodhana was very happy. In the heart, he was so joyful, and he might have thought that Arjuna is a foolish guy. After all, he is asking Krishna, what is the use of one person? So thank God, I will take his army. So immediately he will ask for his army, and Krishna says, okay, take it. So the army was supporting Duryodhana. That is the story. Okay. So now you've got some idea about the war. They are in the war field. Finally, the war has begun. Then Lord Krishna was a charioteer as a driver. Arjuna, well prepared, because the whole intention is to finish these all unethical people. If if he protects them, if he allows them to do anything, they will destroy all the good people of the world. That is the idea. So well prepared with all the weapons, etc., with all the soldiers, supporters, everybody, they just come together in that field. And as they were standing, Arjuna just felt, I just want to look around. I want to see who are the people have come here to fight. So Krishna says, okay, I will take you for a ride. I will take you around. Come on. So they just go through everyone. Then Arjuna looks at each and everyone who has come there to fight. He looks at his all family people, his grandfather, you know, Bhishma, Drona. There are names for each person, character. I can take it as I can call it as a character, each character. Drona is his teacher, one who taught him how to fight. He is also in his side, because they are all people who are whoever have come there. They were all, obliged to him, because he was the king of that country. So they had to fight. That is the kind of ethics. The people who have given you salt, you should be obedient to them. That's the idea, you know. So if you want to make anybody obedient, somehow you have to feed him some salt. There's a very funny story also, that one of his relative was coming with the huge army, and on the way, Duryodhana, very crookedly, without putting the board whose place it is, he made a huge place for them to rest and eat food on the way. And this he made everywhere, every 10 kilometers or 15 kilometers. He made all the arrangements for their food and rest. And finally, when they come to know this is not from Arjuna's side, this is from Duryodhana's side, oh my God, why did we do this? Now they cannot join Arjuna because they have eaten their salt. You know, it's symbolic again, that if you eat somebody's food, if you should be obedient to them. That is what we learn. Should not stab them from the back. So then, so same way here, all the seniors, teachers, friends, relatives, uncles, cousins, when he looks at all these people, he feels very sad. Oh my God, am I going to kill these people? How can I kill them? They're all my people. They're all my own family people. So he feels very sad, and he decides not to fight. You know, he started shivering. There is a description in the first chapter itself. Sorry. So he feels shivering, out of feeling bad. So his weapon just falls down. He was an archer, bow and arrow. He was the greatest archer. He could just hear the voice and shoot the arrow. He was very, very powerful guy. So his bow and arrow just falls down on the ground. He is unable to carry it anymore. So much emotional. He becomes emotional, and tears rolls from his eyes. And he tells Krishna, "Hey Krishna, I cannot fight. I don't want to fight. Let me just beg and eat. I don't want all this kingdom. I don't want any more anything. What is the use of killing all our own people? What I am going to do? The kingdom with bloodshed. What is the use of such kingdom? I don't want. Let me go to forest, and do meditation, etc. Let me not fight anymore." So saying that, he just sits down. As a warrior, he came well prepared, but emotional. He becomes emotional. So here we understand the person who has already well prepared, who knows what is right and wrong, still he gets emotional, confused, that he feels that I'm not doing something good here. Then, saying that, it comes to second chapter. Okay. So from here we will go through. So here, if you have second chapter with you, if you have book, or you can download from Google or whatever, you will get so many books. There's no problem. There are English translation also. So in the first here, as I said in the last class, Sanjaya Uvacha, the father of the wrong people, Duryodhana, wrong people's father, is a blind, and he has one assistant called Sanjaya. His name is Sanjaya. He has a power of Divya Drishti, divine eyes. He has a divine eyes. He can see far distance, anything, whatever is happening there. It is like a satellite connection, satellite camera. He can see everywhere what's happening. So he's giving him the information, commentary of the warfield. So that's what is the starting. Because in the first chapter, he asks Sanjaya only, that man, the story begins like that. The Bhagavad-Gita begins that blind king is asking, "Oh, Sanjaya, what is happening in the warfield? Please tell me." So that is the way it begins. Okay. So now again in the second chapter, Sanjaya is giving him the commentary that tam tata kripaya vishtam. I'm just reading for my sake. Don't worry about Sanskrit. I will explain. Tam tata kripaya vishtam ashru purna kulekshanam vishidantam idam vakyam uvacha madhusudana. So here Madhusudana, okay, Krishna, Lord Krishna. This the whole Bhagavad Gita is a dialogue between Lord Krishna and Arjuna, but both will have different names according to their achievements. Okay, here he is called as Madhusudana. Same Krishna. Madhu means there was a demon. I think in America they call demon or demon. In India we call demon, demon, demon. So someplace demon. So there was a demon called Madhu. So he was defeated by Lord Krishna. So that's why he got the person who defeated or killed, the person who killed Madhu, the demon Madhu Sudhana. Sudhana means one who killed. So like this, we will have many names: Sabya Sachin, So same way, Arjuna also will have many names. Partha, all that we will see, whatever it comes. So Sanjaya is saying, so now what is happening is Arjuna is full of tears in his eyes. It is about to roll down. He is emotional, fully emotional, overpowered by grief. He's sad, griefful. His grief is so tearful, and he is just sitting down. That's all. So in this, he says, the Arjuna, I am able to see that Arjuna having tears in his eyes, and he just sat down. Okay. So now the teaching will begin only after 11th, around after 11th verse only. Till then, the description, what's happening around, it gives us the background. So then Lord Krishna, he comes in to say something. He tells Arjuna, Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Anarya Justamasvargyam Akirtikaram Arjuna. He says, Kashmalamidam means what kind of dejection, what kind of confusion in you? Why this confusion? From where did this confusion entered? From where did it come to you? Because he has come there to fight. From where this has come? Which is not, which it will be not in any good people, noble people. Noble people will not have this kind of confusion. And this kind of dejection will never take you to the higher life or higher goals. Generally, it is said the warrior, if he fights and dies in the war field, he will attain heaven. That's the idea. He will attain something higher. It may be in this world or other world. Okay. If he is alive, he will be given award, etc. If not, he will go to the heaven. That is the belief. And he says this kind of dejection will bring bad name to you, ill fame. It will bring bad name. It will not make you famous. People will talk about you everywhere. They will start saying, "Oh, that Arjuna who ran away from the war field." So they will talk lightly about you. So why are you? What is happening to you? This is not the quality of a good people. This is not the quality of a noble people. Don't do this. Okay. This is what he says. So of course, there will be always doubt among people that why Lord, being a Lord, why he pushes Arjuna to fight. What is the reason? Why he is making everyone die or fight each other? So this we will see why it is so. Why he is asking Arjuna to fight. Okay. See, one thing we have to understand that everyone has born with a different uh, purpose. Everyone has some purpose to achieve. All are not same. I mean, in the worldly sense. Okay, I'm not talking from the standpoint of essence. In the worldly sense, everybody has come out of some karma. Karma means some past connection. that I have born in this family, that family, I may be warrior, I may be engineer, I may be a doctor. Okay. So, for example, a doctor feels very sad and very bad looking at the patient, and he's a surgeon. And if he says, no, I don't want to operate this person, I don't want to cut his cut his body, I don't want to see blood coming out of his body, so I will not go for it. That is the way we have to look at it. If every doctor says that, then what happens to the patients, right? So that is his karma, that is his job, that is his duty, that being a doctor is supposed to do whatever to be done as a doctor. If he is not doing, there should be some reason, maybe some confusion that he doesn't understand, or the doctor thinks that I want to be a yogi, but I don't want to do himsa. Himsa means violence. So by cutting the body part, I will be doing violence. So I don't want to do this violence. I want to follow yogic path. So this is the way we have to understand. There is duty as a soldier. He has come there to fight with all understanding to protect good people. So he is supposed to do that. If he doesn't do that, the bad people will take over and they'll finish all the good people. That is the understanding. So here he gives him a strong dose in the next verse. He says, Klaibyam masmagamah partha naita tvayupa upapadyate. Shudram radaya daurbalyam tekpothishta parantapa. Okay. He says, what kind of unmanliness? Arjuna means, he is like a power. In India, if you utter the name Arjuna, immediately for them, the idea comes a warrior with a bow and arrow and full of vigor and power. So that kind of person he's taunting. Krishna is taunting him, saying that unmanliness. You're not a man. You're not thinking like a man. Okay? This is not the thinking should be. So what kind of weakness is this in your heart? It does not befit you. It does not fit you. The person who you are, for that personality, this kind of radaya dhaurbalya means this kind of weakness, weak-hearted, chicken-hearted. The person who has chicken-hearted, I think, chicken heart, very narrow. So this, you are like that. Get up, he says. Uttishta. Uttishta means get up. Hey Arjuna, get up. It's a war field, okay? And Krishna is also a king. So he might have talked to him like that. Hey, what are you doing? You're acting like unmanly, not like a man. Be a man. Come on, stand up and fight. Do your job. What you are come for, do it. So this is what he tells him in this mantra, in this verse. So now Arjuna comes up. As I said, it's a dialogue. It goes on like this. Very beautiful, very beautiful. It covers all the topics. It covers, say, in this chapter, very beautiful chapter. This is the essence of all Bhagavad Gita, the second chapter. The person who understands second chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he has got the essence of whole Bhagavad Gita. See, in this chapter, it covers the first few verses. It talks about Sharanagati. Sharanagati means surrender. Surrender to teacher, surrender to teaching, surrender to God. It is not different. in our Hindu culture, for us, there's no difference between teacher and God. And teaching, teacher and God, it is considered as the same. Because teacher is teaching from the tradition, whatever has come from the God himself. Because we don't have an author for all this. When it comes to Veda, the source of knowledge does not have an author. It is apaurusheya. It is coming from the God himself. That is the way we understand. So, having come in this tradition, the teacher, he represents that highest God only. It is coming down from the tradition. So, if you want to know the truth, you have to surrender to the teacher. So some people may have problem. How can I surrender to the teacher? It is not the person. We look at a teacher as a teaching himself. So that is the way. First, you surrender. Your surrender means what? Not just you fall on the feet, not in that sense, crying, not that. It's not out of weakness, out of jnana, out of curiosity, out of the word curiosity is a little bit lower, a little down. The out of knowing, want to know, with that attitude, you seek support, you seek help, you seek knowledge. So that is the way. When you are a seeker, only you get knowledge. You cannot go and sit in front of teacher like this, lifting your sleeves and okay, come on, tell me what you know. Come on, tell me. No, not with that attitude. I want to know. I want to study. I'm ready for it. So this attitude is called surrender. So the first portion, it talks about surrender. Here also we will see that Arjuna surrenders himself to Lord Krishna, saying that please teach me. So that is the first portion. Then comes karma yoga also. The preparation, how to prepare one's mind, how one can be ready for this knowledge. Because this knowledge is not an object, not a thing. This is about the essence of everything. There is something from where everything has come. There should be something. In the beginning, it's a speculation. We speculate. There should be something from where everything has come. Like I am born from where? From my mother, from my parents. I'm born. So this is one thing to know, from where. From where my parents have come, from their parents, then their parents. So this is the way to look at it from worldly sense. If you go a little more deeper, what is the reality of all this? Some people will say it's nothing but atom. It's all atom here. Some people say even atom has an energy. So energy is everything. So some people say there is consciousness due to everything is happening. Whatever is happening is because of that consciousness, that one consciousness, which is limitless. It is not in a particular place. It's not bound by 3 time, past, present, future. The time is because of consciousness. That is the way we look at it. Time is because of consciousness. So where is consciousness? Is it in present, in past, or in future? It is all the time same. It was there, it is there, it will be there. So there is something like that. There is something like that which is there in all the 3 times, and that is happened to be my own nature. Okay. To understand this, we need a preparation. We need prepared mind. You cannot just go and learn from a teacher. You got it. First of all, it won't enter. Only when you have that purity, preparedness, the readiness, then this knowledge will start sinking in you, slowly sinks in you. So there is a skill. That is what Lord Krishna is going to talk. Skill in action. How, we get doubt. How can I be in this world? I have to work. I have to do so many things. So where is the time for me to do preparation? Where is the time for me to do sadhana? Sadhana means this spiritual practice. So Lord Krishna will come up with some technique called karma yoga. The same work, what you are doing, going to the office and all other activities, how you can convert into spiritual practice. Same work, just bringing some changes in attitude, looking at it little differently. Because it's not practical to say that if I have to be a spiritual, I need to give up everything. I have to give up my job, I have to give up my family, I have to give up my house, I have to give up my car. With that fear also people run away from spirituality. Here it is said, the thing by which you give up, that is to be given up. Did you understand that? By which you give up this, I give up my, some people, they say, I have given up my house, I have given up my money, I have given up. But he has not given up I have given up. I means what here is identifying with this body and mind. He wants award. Some people feel very good to say that I was a vice president of this company. I was earning 50 lakhs or 5 millions every month, and I have just given up. I have given up, and now I am doing yoga. They feel proud. And they also want to repeat that everywhere. Wherever they go, they say, I was a vice president. I'm telling you out of my experience. Okay, I have a monk who was really vice president. Okay, I will not tell the name and company. You may search in Google. So he's a nice person. He was a vice president in a very big company, multi-millionaire person. He's a very good person. We used to have very good chat and talk. But he has one weakness, that he will always try to mention that he was a vice president. He was a vice president. He was working for 7-8 countries. So now you may understand that giving up means what? Not the objects of the world, the attachment to the world, that you cannot be without it. You cannot live without it. That kind of attachment, and that attachment is because of identification. So there the knowledge comes, and to understand that, the preparation, the proper preparation. So that's why here we talk about purity of the mind. You understand that this mistake happens due to impurity in the mind. Here impurity is because of ignorance. So Lord Krishna gives us a method called karma yoga. It also can be called as technique, that you can convert the same activity. See, one thing is fact. One cannot live. If you have to live, you need a house, you need a food, you need a water. Even if you become a monk, you're going to have food, water, and everything. Okay. Doesn't mean you should not become monk. But what is the purpose of becoming monk? To understand the spiritual truth. And everyone has its, as I said, everybody has its own destiny. Someone has to become monk, somebody has to be a householder. So that we don't know, we cannot really decide. Really, I tell you, it is all from the past life. It comes as a package. If I have become monk, it is a wonder actually. Even I myself get surprised. How did I become monk? The person who never wanted to go to temple, you know, the person who was really looking at other monks as a thief. And today I am a monk. So it surprises even my own friends. If they come to know that I have become monk, one of my friend was asking my father, has he really become monk? Is it real? So that is the thing. You yourself sometimes you won't know which field you are going to come. So that is the flow of karma. The past karma will pushes you towards something. So here you as a monk or as a householder, you will be having same thing. But what is the difference is here you feel that you are the doer and you have to achieve. I have to do it. This is what is called ignorance, because the person is identifying only with the body and the mind. He is unable to go beyond it. Body and mind means world. He is not yet taken a step towards spirituality. That's the idea. So here Bhagavan brings Karma Yoga. He talks about Karma Yoga. So in this chapter, he covers that also actually, spiritual practice. The first thing is Sharanagati, total surrender to the teacher and the teaching together. And Karma Yoga. He talks about skill in action, etc. Then comes Jnana Yoga, the knowledge part. He talks about knowledge. What is the truth? What is what? What is the source of everything? What is the essence, essential nature of human being, etc. And the nature of knowledgeable person. What is the nature of knowledgeable person? How does he eat? How does he walk? All that is covered in this. And then finally comes liberation, the moksha. What is meant by liberation? Can I be a free person? Is it possible to get freedom while living, having this body and mind? Can I be a person of non-wanting? Non-wanting. The non-wanting means what? The person is no more dependent on anything other than himself. So that is the ultimate discovery of human life, that he or she will be totally satisfied with his own and her nature. Atma Jnana, that is called Atma Jnana, self-knowledge. Knowledge of the self will make you satisfied. So these are the 4 compartments in this second chapter. It covers. So now we can go. I think I have explained you how to look at this chapter. Now we can go a little faster. Okay. So Arjuna Uvacha. Now Arjuna says, Lord Krishna said, get up and fight. You are unmanly, all that, right? Now Arjuna wants to say something. So he says, Katam Bhishma Maham Sankhe, Dronancha Madhusudana, Ishubi Pratiyotsami. Sorry. Pujarha Varisudana. So he says, O Lord Krishna, O Lord, How can I fight against adorable Bhishma? Bhishma is a grandfather. Actually, he's a grand seer, the oldest. He had a boon that he can live as long as he wants. He had a wishful death. He can wish whenever he wants to die, he can die. Ichha mrityu. It's called Ichha mrityu, wishful death. He can wish, then only will die. So how can I kill people like Bhishma and Drona, my teacher, with these arrows? How can I hurt them? Please tell me. He's asking. Hey, Lord Krishna, you just tell me that go and fight. But please tell me, how can I kill my own people, respected, adorable people like Bhishma and Drona, my teacher? So, and that too with all these sharp arrows, how can I kill them? That is what he says. Now again, he's continuing. Guruna hatvahi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum vaikshamapi haloke hatvarta kamanstu guruni haiva gunjiya bhogan rudira pradignan. Okay. It has a nice tune. Once we finish, we can chant one day. Okay. Katam bhishmamaham sankhe dronancha madhusudanaha ishubhih pratiyotsyami pujarhavari sudhana. This is verse number 4. Now 5. Guru nahatvahi mahanubhava shreyo bhoktum vaikshamapi haloke hatvartakamanstu guru nihaiva bunjiya bhogan rudira pradignan. So generally in Hindu tradition, considered the highest spiritual book as Bhagavad-Gita. Even in our courts, in the law, in the court, they have to, in the beginning, they have to say, whatever I will say, I will be telling the truth. They have to touch the Gita. They will bring one Bhagavad-Gita, this book covered with one cloth piece, and they ask the person to take the vow, oath, that whatever I will say, I will tell the truth only. Other than truth, I won't take it, or I won't say anything. So some people, they also take it as a spiritual practice, the chanting of Bhagavad-Gita. They chant the whole Bhagavad-Gita every day. Some people, chapter-wise, they will chant. Some people choose a particular verses with full of meaning. So they will be reminding themselves to follow the righteous path. So that is also considered as a spiritual practice, chanting. So here, the 5th verse, he says, in this world, it's better I go and beg and eat instead of killing all these people and living a life of luxury. What is the point? What I will get? See, this book is taking a lot of time to make us understand the psychology of Arjuna. It is very important. Every normal human being will come to that point where he is totally confused. Whom to choose between wife and mother? Oh my God, it's a warfield. So like this, we have so many confusions in life. What is right? What is wrong? If I go for spiritual, my parents, my wife, my children will feel that I'm doing something wrong. Should I drop that idea? Should I just take care of my family only? Am I doing right thing? I want to practice yoga, meditation, pranayama every day, but my father or my wife, my husband, they want me to do something else. So something like that in every step of life. we have some confusions. What is right? What is wrong? So when we go through these books like Bhagavad Gita, we get the clarity that whatever I am doing is good for me. I'm not doing something wrong. Ultimately, it will give me only good. So that confidence, you build that confidence, you get that clarity, what is right and what is wrong. Because choice is so many, we should know what to choose. And later we should not feel guilty and repent that I have chosen something wrong. So that's why in some of the books we see they go on and on explaining the psychology of the person. Also gives the teaching side by side. So in this world, instead of killing those people, better I go and beg and eat. That will be the best thing to do. What is the use of killing and eating the food of bloodshed of my own family people? What kind of life it will be? Killing my own people. Every morsel of the food, every bite of the food will remind me that I have killed them. So I don't want that kind of guiltful life. Better I go and beg and eat. Let me become mendicant. Let me become a monk, maybe. I don't want all this. I'll just go away. Okay. न चैतद्विद्मः कतरन्नो गरीयः यद्वा जयेमा यदि वा नो जयेयुः यानेव हत्वा न जिजीविषामः एव स्थिता प्रमुखे धार्तराष्ट्राः. So he says now, yeah, yes, yeah. So our time is over. So we will do this tomorrow. Now we can go faster and faster. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you.